In this video, I'll describe security and privacy related settings and information contained in the system settings. This is very important to understand in protecting your system security and your privacy when your computer connects to the outside world. So first we'll go to System Settings, and we'll bring up the aptly named Security and Privacy. So in this section, we have our password security, so our password settings and power settings. So if the computer goes to sleep or suspends, then we want to have a password required to get back in. This is especially important if we're away from our computer for any period of time. And we have our power settings, which is important when we have a laptop. And if we go back, we also have a password settings section. We can keep automatic login off, which is also very important. So someone can't just boot up our computer and get right into our files. Now, files and applications. This is a very good privacy setting. If multiple people use the same computer, we may want to limit the logs or the logging that happens in various things like in documents and music and whatever file use. Now, if nobody else uses the computer, we may want to keep that activity just for our own use. Since I'm the only one using this computer, I'll leave it on. Oh, we had a crash. This is another privacy related thing you should be aware of. If there's an internal error, if the desktop crashes for any reason, it may want to send that error to Ubuntu so they can debug the problem. Now, if it's relating data of a personal nature, you may want to ignore this and not send the error report. But you can change that setting, and I'll show you that in a minute. So the search, this is another very important privacy one. There's some more information in another section I'll get to in a moment. But when searching in the dash, so the dash up here, when we do this search, it can also include online search results. So this sends the search to Canonical, to the company that creates Ubuntu, and they will give you results from Amazon, from other organizations, probably Facebook and people that sell software. I can't remember all of the details exactly. I usually turn it off because I don't feel comfortable with my own desktop search being sent outside of my own computer. But if you really want those external sources, you can turn that on. I recommend leaving it off. And diagnostics, so that error that we saw that popped up and asked us to send the error report to Canonical to debug the information, that's the setting right here. So we have this privacy option, we can turn that off. And if we're a software developer working on Linux or Ubuntu, we may want to send this some system information to Canonical about our programs, the disk space, and information about our computer, so they can better support it in the future. If you're working in a secure environment or you're very concerned about privacy, just turn them off and don't worry about it. So that's all there is in security and privacy. Some other sections you should be aware of is online accounts. This is connecting your computer, your desktop with Facebook, Flickr, Google, etc., all the usual sources, Twitter, so you can get notifications right inside your operating system from these sources. I don't keep any enabled, but if you want to sync your, let's say using Shotwell, the photo organization tool that comes with Ubuntu, if you want to link it with Flickr and your photos, you can do so here in this online account section. And then finally, the last thing I want to show you, this is regarding the information that I described regarding the dash. If you go into details and legal notice, it describes the information about searching in the dash. I'd recommend reading this. It talks about the collection of this data. So the search data you enter in this field here in the dash, it describes how it collects it and what it does with it. So it may share it with Facebook, Twitter, BBC, Amazon, etc. So you should know about this. So if you don't want an online search happening, when you do a search in the dash and you only want to search your local computer, make sure that you go into Security and Privacy, Search, and turn this off. And that'll conclude this overview of the basic security and privacy settings in Ubuntu.